And we're going to move on to mayor and city manager reports. Mayor, you have the floor.
Thank you, Council President. And I'm only going to talk about one item, but you know, it seems like every week we as a council or my office, we're either at a groundbreaking for affordable housing or we're at a ribbon cutting. We did the mosaic this last week in terms of the groundbreaking, and then we also did the Clinton Avenue apartments for the ribbon cutting. And so we are really making a lot of progress in terms of meeting the housing crisis head on. I tell you, 5 years ago, I believe we either facilitated or subsidized 88 affordable housing units in our city. This year, we're on target to do over 800. And in 2026, that number will grow to 1,600 affordable housing units. So it's incredible the work that our folks are doing with our Phil Sky and the housing division. But I want to say thank you to the council for all of your ongoing support. Having said that, many of the projects that have been subsidized is a result of our pro-housing designation. I think you know back in November of 2022, we applied for, as a city, a pro-housing designation. We were awarded that designation in March of 2023. It is that designation that allows us to get more points, not just us, but Fresno Housing Authority, as well as some of our nonprofits that are building affordable housing in our community. I will say that with our IIGC grant for downtown, the one we were awarded, $43.7 million, cities could not even apply unless they had a pro-housing designation. So absent that designation, we wouldn't have gotten the $43.7 million. So I said all that to say this. I got a call yesterday from Nani Coloretti, who is the governor's cabinet secretary, letting me know that we as a city have not met the requisite deadlines and criteria, and that our pro-housing designation has now been revoked as a city. It doesn't mean that we can't get it back. In fact, I had conversation with her that would allow us to move forward and to get that designation back as a city. I know all of you understand the importance of it, as I just explained, but we've not done enough in their eyes to accelerate housing within our city. And in fact, we're the only city awarded the designation that missed the deadline. And I'm ashamed of that as the mayor of this city. And I know all of you on the council are as well. I will tell you there's 33 criteria. 33 criteria that were agreed upon with HCD and the city of Fresno. And all of them but 7 have been met. So 26 of them have been met. The other 7 have not. I'll tell you which ones they are. It permit residential uses in the office zone district. This is the text amendment that Councilmember Perea is bringing forward. Allow tiny houses on wheels as primary residence. Pre-approved standard plans for missing middle housing types. Standard plans for missing middle housing will receive priority streamlining in the permitting process. Reduce parking requirements for ADUs and sites near frequency transit. Permit missing middle housing types, duplexes, fourplexes, et cetera, by right development in all single-family zone districts via form-based development standards. And lastly, permit additional residential uses in public and institutional districts. All of those, I believe, except the last 2, will be before this body by June for approval. In fact, we have a text amendment that is for first reading today. So I just wanted you to be aware of that and ask for your support of future items that we bring forth so that we can regain that pro-housing designation, because it is vital to the city and our efforts in achieving our affordable housing goals in Fresno.
Mayor, just one question. In your view, will all the items to meet that criteria, all 7, will they be before us by June?
All but 2, and those will be before you before fall, by fall at the latest. But the other 5 will be.
Mayor, sir, question for you as well.
Yes, sir.
With that designation, is that you have to meet 33 out of 33 of those, or is it 32? Is it a percentage? How does that work?
Well, they certainly have discretion at HCD, but there were, it could be that we get the next 5 by June, and they re-recognize us of having that designation. I don't know. What I do know is that in speaking with Nani, that the governor wanted her to reach out to me, so I'm going to get that letter this week. But he wanted to give me a heads up, and I wanted to give all you a heads up before the letter came. And I am hopeful, council member, that we'll get all these approved timely, get our designation back so we can apply. But we're going to shoot for all 33.
Mayor, yeah, I really do appreciate your candid comments. I'm sure it's a difficult thing to hear, and it was a difficult situation, but I want to push back a little bit. I think when the governor came out, I think a year ago, and really railed on cities, rightfully so, that they weren't doing enough about the unhoused issue, this was the one city that was a shining example of being effective at taking the unhoused off the streets, putting them and committing to putting them in housing with services. I feel like we're a part of a family of 10 children, the top 10 cities, and we're the good kid, and we're getting no credit whatsoever for that, and they're pouncing on us, and that's very frustrating for me. Yeah. From this to the unfunded mandates where we have to take everything on ourselves, it's frustrating. Yeah. We have big city problems, but we don't have the tax base of a big city. And I really hope when it comes to things like the remainder of the $250 million you fought so hard to get for this city, they'll start delivering for Fresno, because we could be very loyal supporters, but don't back us into a corner. Yeah. That's all I ask.
Thank you, and I remain optimistic. I may not have been a couple of weeks ago on that $100 million for downtown, but I'm optimistic we'll see those dollars, because we need them desperately for downtown to accelerate housing and other things. And it is a little bit frustrating, Council President, because as I said earlier, I mean, we have in just less than 5 years accelerated affordable housing tenfold. And we're going to double that next year. And so we are doing an incredible job. Over the last 4 years, we've removed 10,000 people from our streets that were unsheltered and placed them into shelters collectively. And 53% of those went on to permanent housing. That's affordable housing. And 2 years later, 95% of them remain in permanent housing. So that's kudos to this council, to the administration, to all of our partners that are out there, Fresno Housing, the mission, and so forth. We have done some incredible work. This was for us when we applied for the pro housing designation. We knew that it would be, a tough one to achieve, but we knew we could achieve it, and we're well on our way to making sure that does happen. But I just want to encourage the council to let's work together so we can get that designation back.
Great. Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you, council.